Okay, so today we're going to talk about balancing chemical equations. So here we have a traditional chemical equation here. So on the left we have our reactants, that's what you're starting with. On the right we have our products, that's what you're ending with. This is a yield sign saying we're going from one side to the other. So the easiest way to do it is separate the left side and right side. So what I do is I take each atom and I put them in the middle under the yield sign, just like that. And I count how many you have of each atom on each side. So you want to remember that oxygen is diatomic. So each molecule of this oxygen actually has 2 atoms of oxygen. So on the left side, on the reactant side, you have 2 atoms of oxygen. So how many oxygens do you have on the right side? Well, there's only 1 here, so we put a 1 there. So that tells us what? The number of oxygens is unbalanced, right? They're not the same. Okay, but now we got to look at the hydrogens. On the left side, we have 2 hydrogens. Hydrogen is also diatomic, just like oxygen. 1 molecule of hydrogen is going to have 2 atoms of hydrogen. So we have 2 here. What about the right side? So over here, we actually have 2 hydrogens. So we put a 2 there. Right, so this tells us what? Our hydrogens are balanced, but our oxygens are not. So we need more oxygens on the right than the left. So this is really important. When you're balancing chemical equations, you can only change the coefficient. The coefficient would be the number in front of each molecule. You cannot change these small numbers here called subscripts. You cannot change those numbers. You can only change the coefficients, okay? We want more oxygens on the right. So we can change this number here. We cannot add or change this number. We cannot add or change that number. So if we want more oxygens, one way to do that is just put a 2 here, because there's basically a 1 here by default. But if I put a 2 here, I've kind of changed everything on the right side now. So I have to reevaluate everything. So now the number of hydrogens is changed on the right. So 2 times 2 is now 4. So now I have 4 hydrogens on the right. But I've also changed the number of oxygens. So now I have 2 times 1, there's a 1 here. Now I have 2 oxygens on the right. And so now we're unbalanced again. The oxygens are balanced, but now what? The hydrogens are unbalanced. So now we need what? More hydrogens on the left. So again, we can only change the coefficient. We cannot change the subscript. So the easiest way to do that is change the 1 into a 2. Because when we do that, 2 times 2 is 4. So now we have how many hydrogens on the left? So now we have 4 hydrogens on the left. So if we look at our oxygens, they're balanced. And if we look at our hydrogens, they're balanced. So this is a balanced chemical equation. The coefficient here is basically a 1. So if you want to put a 1 there, that's fine. 1, 2, 2.